Close your eyes, palms together, seek the blessing from the Gurus and gods, all the goddesses. In the order, slowly open your eyes. Okay. Today we are going to see the continuation of the Mercury. Before that, let's see the Kucharam for today, comparing against with the random horoscope. Okay. This is the December 29, 2024 Kucharam. Yearly planets are Rahu in the Meena Rasi, Ketu in the Kanya, Guru in the Rishabha, Mangal in the Kadaka, Sani in the Kumbha, Chandra along with the Buddha in the Vrikshika, Surya in the Dhanu, Chukran along with the Sani in the Kumbha. So this is the Gocharam for today. Okay, let's see how we can compare against. We saw that for the last 2 weeks how we can compare against the Gocharam with our own horoscope, not anybody else. Let's practice for a while. Not even practice, you have to do it for every day so that you can see which planet is moving in the planetary motion on compare against your Janana Jatakam, so that you can able to understand which planet is moving on which Rasi or okay. So importantly, whenever you see the Chandra, when the Chandra was moving on your Rahu or the Ketu, that is the day you have to see your emotions very carefully. Okay, let's see about this Jatak. For him, the Guru is over Guru in the Rishabha Rashi along with the Shani. So in the Janma Jatakam, the Jataka was having the Guru and the Shani in the Rishabha. Now in the Gocharam, Guru is on the Rishabha Rashi. So that means Guru is over the Rishabha, Guru and the Shani of the Jataka. Now the Mithuna Rashi, there was no Graha in it. In the Janma Jatakam, the Rahu was placed in. In my Kadaka was in the Mangal was in the Kadaka Rasi. There was Chandra was in the horoscope. So that means Mangal over the your Chandra. That means whoever we are seeing that horoscope, that the daily planetary motion is over that graph. Now let's move on into here. So then I will exactly going into the interesting point. Okay. The same thing you have to compare against you with your Jataka. So why I am moving first? We see that for the last 2 weeks, so we understand how we can see that from the daily planetary motions, comparing against with your own horoscope. Now, what are the important things you have to see? First thing, main thing, the hero, the queen of the Gocharam is the Chandra. Let's see the Chandra. When the in the Gocharam, when the Chandra is moving over your Ketu or the Rahu, importantly, okay, over your Ketu or Rahu, that is the day you have to check your emotions, how you are behaving. This is the moment, this is the day it will give you some kind of disturbance in your emotional level. When the Chandra over your Ketu or the Rahu, for this Jatakam, if you wait for a few more days, it will come into Dhanur. So that is the day the Gochara Chandram over your horoscope Ketu for this Jatakam. You have to check your Jatakam as well. So that is the day you have to see how your emotions are moving. Are you exactly behaving as when you are in a neutral state or so this is the perfect day to check on yourself. So then other days we already discussed many times. Whenever the Chandra from when the Chandra is over your 6th house, when your Chandra is over your 8th house, when your Chandra is over your 11th. These are the important points whenever you see on the daily planetary motions. Along with that, see the Rahu and Ketu as well. So these two, when the Chandra is over your Ketu, Chandra is over your Rahu, definitely you will see the different in your emotions, difference in your behavior as well. Okay, that's about the Gocharam. Let's move into the Pancham. Chaturdashi till tomorrow, followed by the Amavasya. And this is the important Amavasya for this year. The people who are not following, people who are following the January to the December, this is one considered as the 1 year calculation. And this is the last Amavasya for this year. But if the peoples are following the April 14 to the next year, April 13, they this kind of the cycle, then you still have a number of Purnami and Amavasya, 2 3 months. Okay. Let's see about the other things in the Panchang. Yoga is the Gandha followed by the Vriti. Nakshatra Jeshta followed by the Mula, Karana, Vishti, Sakuni, and the Chadushpada. Weekday is the Ravivara, Paksha is the Krishna Paksha. Okay, one important thing. When about the Kocharam itself, when the Chandra was moving on your own birth nakshatra, see that day. That will be an interesting day for you to watch over. Whenever the Chandra was moving on your own nakshatra, that is the day, try not to do any vigorous physical movements. Like when you are doing very vigorous physical exercise, that's not a perfect day. That is the day where you can meditate well, where you can do the yoga nidra. That is perfect day for the yoga nidra as well. I would say that. But that is not a day for your vigorous physical exercise. Even if you are doing the Hatha Yoga also, that's not a perfect day for the yoga practice. Remember that the Chandra over your birth nakshatra time, particularly that time. So as you see in the Pancham, the nakshatra for Jeshta only up to 11:22 p.m. today. Then after that, the Mula will start. So whenever your nakshatra will start, that is not a perfect day for your vigorous physical exercise. If you are doing the relaxation movement, it's totally fine. But whenever you are doing a vigorous physical exercise, that's not a perfect day. Try and see. Some people will say different experience from me. Try and see if that is the perfect day for you, then your nakshatra energy is really helping you to strengthen your body. But this is for my experience. I understand this. Some people will say, no, I do that. I didn't feel any kind of the disturbance in my body. But try and find out. But whenever the Chandra is over your nakshatra, that's a perfect day for your meditation. Okay. Let's moving into your steering part. Okay, one more thing. This is the last day for this slide for the steering point. From the next week onwards, we are going to follow the different thing. Okay. So stare as much as you can. Let's have 3 minutes for today. Okay, your time starts. Okay, now I hope you stayed as much as you can. Okay, when we finish this lecture, it doesn't mean you should not read this again. Whenever you find that, whenever you find, I just want to revise, make it as it's your habit to revise once in a while, okay? So that it remains in your mind for a very long time. Okay, let's go with the combination. We are still going to see the few more combinations for the Mercury. But today we'll see the Mercury plus the Sun. I believe everybody did the homework. Yes or no? No? There was a homework for we have to find the combination for the Mercury and the Sun, Mercury and the Moon, Mercury and the Mars. Today we'll see the Mercury and the Sun only. Anybody tried for these three combinations? Yes, no, no. I hope you hear my voice clearly, right?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't try.
That's awesome then. Okay, let's see that. Mercury is for the any kind of things if you want to do 2 times. Mercury is another, if you say the synonym for the Mercury is anything you have to do 2 times. Let's have it that one specific character in mind. Okay. And another thing of the Mercury is very intelligent, very mild, very graceful, very intelligent, and expert in maths and accounts. And he have a tremendous strategic ability. That's why I asked you to see the film also. That one film depicted the nature of the Mercury very well. And the sun is a very great dreamer, and along with the authority, and he holds the kind of ability to lead others. The leadership is the inbuilt quality for the sun. And Sun was very generous. He don't mind to help anybody in the world. He helped everybody in the world. That kind of the good quality the Sun was having. Okay, now we are going to combine this together. The Mercury, which is having the whatever the characters which we listed earlier, then we are going to combine in the Sun. Okay, before we combine, there was one specific thing you have to remember. When the Sun was connected with combined with another graha, the one thing now to keep it in mind always is combusted or. So there are the various degrees for different planets. We already saw that in our revision part also. But in how we can remember the combustion degree, just remember plus or minus 5 degree from the sun. That is more than enough. If the Mercury was close with the Sun plus or minus 5 degree, then that means the Mercury is combusted. Mostly the two planets will combusted often. One is Venus, another is the Mercury. Because these three planets always travel together. In the Mercury will be travel with the Sun within the 29 degrees, and the Venus will be travel within the 48 degrees. So this will be always, these three planets always travel close together. Comparing with the Mercury. When the Mercury close to the Sun within the plus or minus 5 degree, considered as the combusted. So what does it mean? When the Mercury is combusted means the quality, the significance of the Mercury was vanished. Instead, the dominance of the Sun is erased. Okay. So you may ask, okay, the sun quality was erased. What is that demerit for that? Mercury is then pure intelligence. The Mercury is the very good, very having the intelligence means if you have an authority without the intelligence, there is no use of it. Doesn't mean the sun is not an intelligent. Intelligence is then one level, but Mercury intelligence is then a higher level. So let's see about this combination. So that one point you have to remember. Whenever you see the Mercury and the Sun combination, it's the combusted or. This one particular point, you always have to see that. Okay, once we confirm, okay, there is no combustion. We are going in we are just see whether the Mercury and the Sun combination first. Then you have to see which Rasi it was placed. Okay, then you have to analyze which house it was placed. From the Lagna, which house this combination was present. Then you have to combine it together, find a one solution for that. Okay. Now, when we see, now we are going to see the Mercury and the Sun combination. Then today, let's do the homework for your horoscope. See in your horoscope whether you have the Mercury and the Sun combination or not. Or else try to find any people who have the Mercury and the Sun combination. This was a quite interesting combination. Okay, why I will tell you. Oh my God, this is not a thing. Give me a second. This is not a thing. 1 second. My sharing was wrong. 2 minutes. And I didn't notice. I opened 2 3 PowerPoint, so that's resulted in an independent control. Okay, let's see this one. I hope everybody see the Mercury and the Sun slide, right? Yes,
Yes.
that's awesome. Okay. When the Mercury and the Sun was combined together, the Mercury have an ability to at least they can able to achieve anything in the greatness in their life at least 2 times. People will say, I succeed one point in time in my life, then I there was a downtime for me to a number of years. Then later that I backed up, I rised as like anything. I achieved my greatness in my life for the second time. When you when the people achieve 2 times greatness in their life or 2 times achieve success in their life, definitely they will have the Mercury and the Sun combination. Whenever they try to achieve the success, the Mercury plays a biggest role. It gives an ability to achieve the same thing twice. Okay. When this combination was there, definitely they have the 2 types of income and or at least 2 business they will do. One are there is a combination also. They do job or they do the business. Some one or the other way, they have the 2 incomes comes into their life. The flow of income will be 2 times because the Mercury and the Sun combination together, it will give you the good amount of the cash flow in your life. Okay. Why we have to see the father in the Mercury and the Sun combination? Because the Sun is the Sun when in your relationship, the Sun represented as the father. So the Mercury represented as the young girls or the any kind of the especially the young girls. Let's have a seat in this way. The father, we have a sister, younger sister, or the Jatakam whoever you are seeing, that person, we have a girl child. That was the thing that combination may occur when you see this kind of the combination, you can directly ask them, is your father having a sister or not, particularly younger sister, or when the Jataka itself you are having, if the Jataka was telling, yes, I am married and I have a child, he can ask, is the girl child is your are you having a girl child or that when the Mercury plus Sun combination was there, the higher possibility they have the girl child. Okay. And one interesting thing, the father is really good in maths. Any kind of an accounts, they are great in maths. They are very, very great in maths. They know how to handle the accounts. They know how to maintain the accounts as well. Okay, whenever there are the people, they will ask you, okay, I am trying to open a, I don't know how many people will know about this chip funds and other stuff. It's another kind of an investment instrument, I would say. So when this combination was there, these people definitely will get a benefit whenever they are invested in the chip funds particularly. Okay? Having a girl set because of the Mercury and the Sun combination, there are higher possibility. It's not the written and so you and whenever the Mercury and Sun combination was there in a Jataka, definitely will have a girl set. No, it's not like that. It's a possibility. The probability is really high. Okay. When this combination was there, Mercury and the Sun combination was there, wherever the departments they are working in, wherever the business they are trying to handle, they achieve the greatness, they achieve the expert level. They are not just like that anybody in the world. they try to find the expert level. They particularly they achieve that expert level. They become experts in any department they work or any kind of the business they start. They become the expert in that particular field. Whenever there was a different kind of any kind of a situation may happen in the life, right? Suppose in case there is a difficult situation, you may think any average person can think it's a really difficult situation and I'm not able to handle this. But when this Mercury and the Sun combination was there, they can able to try to handle the situation very efficiently. Why? The Mercury intelligence was there, the Sun authority was combined, and the leadership was combined. When this ability they ingrained in your nervous system, the nerve cells and gives an exact order into the human body. They know what to do to handle the situation and how to maintain the situation. They know very well. Okay. And this people's job, having intelligent with the vision, it's not like just plain intelligence. They had a greater vision. If you ask this combination peoples, they ask your vision. If you ask about the dream, they will tell you the dream which you can't even imagine. The dream should be like considered a situation one 1960 or 1950. Someone tell you you can hold your TV in a packet size device. None of us definitely won't believe that, right? The TV become very cheap in price and everybody can see that the Wi-Fi will be available in every home. Definitely, a number of people won't believe that, right? So their vision was like that. If you ask this kind of the person, what is your vision, what is your dream? They will tell you 50 years later, 60 years later, their vision will be very broad. And they will tell you, it's not just like a dream, it will vanish like in the clouds. It was like the achievable dream. It was an achievable vision. They know how to do that also. That's an important thing here because the Mercury combined, the intelligence is combined. But if you see only the Sun, when the only Sun was in the Rash, any of the Rash, and you ask them, they will definitely explain the various dreams in their life. They will tell you, okay, I know this, I try to want to this one, and I have this dream on dream to dream three. They will list down their dreams. They're not able to achieve that. Why? Because the intelligent kind of nerves was not inbuilt in them. They didn't have that kind of an energy. So they were not able to achieve. But when the Mercury was combined, the Sun provides the dream, the Sun provides the vision, and that energy will be exactly streamlined with the Mercury. They know how to achieve. The intelligence helps you to achieve step-by-step process, and they definitely achieve that also. Okay, this is about the Mercury and the Sun. Anybody having the Mercury and Sun combination?
Vanita, my son has this combination
Wow.
in Simha Rashi. That's his 11th house.
11th house.
I have it.
That was a really beautiful combination there. What's age your son's age is?
He's 26.
Anything matches with him? Any of the points?
Yeah. It's like he's able to handle the difficult situation easily, then intelligent with the dream and vision.
Mm.
And he is good in whatever he does.
Mm.
So these are the things I can see.
How about the father? Father having a younger sister or good in maths? How about that?
No, his dad has an older sister.
Older
And
sister.
he's good in accounts, so.
Okay. And how about the income?
As of now, it's just one income.
Okay, when this combination was there and they're doing the 11th house only, right? If I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
11th house, Simha Rashi.
You can't even stop them. It will come for the two income will definitely come for them. It will come to them. It was like a cakewalk for them. Some people will find on one job, one income will be difficult, but for this combination people, they will find the two incomes very, very easy. And it's kind of a destiny for them. And definitely they will achieve the greatness in life, at least for 2 times. It's for this is like an kind of something we can just like that we can say when the Mercury and Sun combination was there and that too in a very good location. I mean, very good Rashi. we can blindly say they will definitely achieve the greatness in life. Okay, let's moving on into
So
the.
does it have to be in Lagna? I mean, I have this combination. Fifth house.
So this combination, Mercury and the
Cuttack.
Sun.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a common. Many people will have it, right? Very common.
Yeah,
Your
Pranita,
voice,
Nina here. I also have it in the system.
your voice was breaking. Its voice is breaking for me only, or
I
everybody
have
was
it on
struggling.
Yeah, my
You
signal
have
is weak. My signal is weak.
okay.
I
You have
have
the Mercury and the
fifth
Sun.
house, Kataka. Yeah, fifth house in Kataka.
Fifth house, correct. Okay, the Mercury and the Sun in the fifth house, Karaka, was really a good one. Okay, then you may ask this question. Okay, Mercury and the Sun, Mercury of the Venus, Sun and the Venus, this combination is really general in most of the horoscope because these three grahas always travel together, one or the other way. At least one Rashi in the front, one Rashi in the behind, it will be like that only. But how is that differ? The difference will be in the number of the degrees it was placed and which Rashi it was in, what kind of the aspect you are having. Then based on that, this will be different. Then why I tell you that the other when the first person was telling the 11th house, this combination was there. Then why I confirming that two income will come? Because when the 11th house, Mercury and the Sun present was really beautiful, that too in the Simha Rasi, it will give you the cash flow for sure. Is that for, same for everyone? It depends upon which Rasi it was present and what kind of that's why I tell you this is the general thing. When the Mercury and the Sun was combined together, this is all the general thing you can list out. But how it will be differ vary from person to person depends upon the degree of the two grahas and which Rashi it was present, from which house it was present. Okay, consider a situation. The Mercury and the Sun was present in the 12th house. Do you able to have a two income? It's not possible. Definitely, you won't even have a two income, but you may have an income from somebody. That was a totally different story. When this combination was in the hidden houses, the point which we list out may or may not happen. Most of the time, it won't happen. You may achieve the greatness in life when it was in a hidden house. That's 25%. It is not even possible. Two incomes, that is the cash flow, is totally not possible. But you may have a cash flow, but depends upon other grahas present. Okay. Okay. What are the how it will differ from one person to the another person? Degree, aspect, which Rasi it was present, from which house, from your lifetime. So all this plays a major role. And importantly, there was another important. That's I didn't touch the chapter because we didn't even enter into the second year. The one thing is the nakshatra. The nakshatra plays a biggest role, but when you see about the nakshatra, you understand how much importance the nakshatra is. When the Mercury was present in the different nakshatra, it will behave differently. When the Sun was present in the different nakshatra, it will behave differently. You don't need to consider that thing now, but you have to consider in later in the future. But this is a general thing. This will happen when it was placed in auspicious location. Auspicious location is what? If it was in the Panapara location, if it was in the Trikona location, in Kendra location, it's also it is possible. Only two houses it is possible, 1 and 4 if I'm not wrong. But if it was in the Trikona, if it was in the Panapara, the possibility is really high. Anybody remember what is Panapara? No. What is Kendra?
1470.
7.
Then what is Panapara?
The house before that.
House before that, after that.
I think it's after that. The one before that is something
Okay.
else.
One after that
Badakas.
is Panapara, right? Okay. Okay. We had this revision also. Okay? When in the revision part, SOE, I remember we revised. Okay. Spend some time to revise this also. So whenever you see that kind of the location when this combination was present in that particular Rasi, consider it was a 2, 5, 8, and 11, then it's considered as definitely it will come. What it will come? When the Panapara was there, the money, you have to think about the money flow. And the people will say, I didn't have the income at this point in time in my life. Okay, then see the Dasha Buddhi was what kind of a Dasha Buddhi they are having. When considered as a division, the Mercury Buddhan Dasha will come in the next year. Then you can say the income flow will start. Maybe there was a good sign in your horoscope. It will start, the money flow will start from the next year onwards. How we can say the Dasha Buddhi as well as your the combination of the planets, then you combine it together and will say there is a chances. Yeah. At this point, any doubt? Somebody was saying something. There was a question was really hard, and I couldn't even hear that properly.
Vinita, I was saying I have Mercury and Sun in 5th house in Kanya. Kanya, is that a good?
This is the perfect combination because when the Mercury and the Sun was in the Kanya Rasi, they consider it as the luck. When
Okay.
which one is a match for you, which one is not?
Oh,
Particularly when
single, so-
Mercury and the Sun present in the Kanya Rasi, it's very beneficial.
okay. I don't know about chit funds at all, so that's I have no idea. And girl child also, I'm no girl child. And I do work. I mean, I do business also, and I do job also, but small. It's nothing much, but it's what I mean is I'm not doing nothing, something or the other. Either this or something or the other is happening. And handle difficult situations. I think family issues I take up, and I think more or less it works, except the chit funds and the girl child.
Okay, why I placed that one? Because it was the thing kind of every investment instrument you have kind of tremendous intelligence you have to put forward. But it's not only the chit funds, any kind of the funds you say the investment instrument, any kind of the investment instrument they put their money into it, there is a high possibility it will grow. But why this one? Because the chit fund instrument, this instrument is not straightforward. Little bit you have to do some kind of the math here and there. That's why I place this one. Otherwise, whenever you have this kind of the combination and you place you invest in any kind of the instrument, you won't lose your money in that. But
well, I've had also, but more or less it's okay. I mean, ups and downs. So, but I am like I'm a Taurus, so I'm I think fortunate born, and luck has been with me. But no, I won't say in every phase, yes, struggles, but then I managed to, I manage my way through. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's totally awesome.
Thank you, Vinita.
And Vanita ma'am, I have in 6th house Vrishchika, Sun and Mercury along with Ketu.
You're the right person. You have to tell me which one is matching for you, and I would say why.
It's the 6th house, Vrishchika. Achieved 2 times greatness, not much, but I've had a very good name in my office and at home also with my relatives and all. 2 incomes, it's not steady. At times, say 5 years, I was having 2 incomes. And when there was a break, again it started 2 incomes, and now I'm having only 1 income. After I retired from my job.
This is the good point. You have to check your Dasha Buddhi. When you have the 2 incomes, right? You see which Dasha Buddhi was happening, and you had this 2 income. And when it was stopped, check that what is the difference and which Dasha Buddhi was changed. And again, you had that, right? Then see that Dasha Buddhi. And again, when you are compared to 1 income, you see that one also. then
Okay, okay.
this is the interesting way to study yourself, because it was already done. You need to get panic attack also, because it was already done.
Okay, okay. And my father was very good at maths and accounts. He was too good. Benefits in chit funds, any investments I make, it gives a good result. I've seen that.
Definitely.
I don't know, I won't do much research at all, but I will put it in blindly also. There will be a benefit for me. A girl child, I don't have. I have only one son. Jobs and business, I was doing well. Even in a difficult task, I was shining out well.
If you don't have a girl child, you didn't have, then your father was having younger sister or older sister.
Yeah. My father was having sisters. I was having sisters.
The thing was like this: if you may have the girl child, or your father may have that kind of the female vibe will be in your family, definitely.
Yes.
This your father will have, or else you will have. When this combination was there, definitely the female vibe will be present for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very much.
Hmm.
I have two sisters, so it was too good. The female influence was very much there. In anything, probably you know how the girl children behave with the brothers.
Yeah.
And handling situations is it's very quite helpful. Yeah, difficult situation also, when I go in to solve it, somehow it solves out on its own, in fact. Intelligent with dream and vision. Dreams, I don't have much, but I have forethought is that.
You have?
I have a forethought. That is, I can think about what I can do 5 years later, or what I can plan it beforehand.
Yeah. Because when as Mercury and the Sun combination was there, definitely you will have very expert in your job, whatever you are doing. Because 6th house is mainly for your job, and that too, if you're not doing in a business, you may expert or not. But whenever you do a job, you definitely become an expert in that. Because the 6th house represents the job. When this combination was present, it is a high possibility to definitely become an expert, or knowingly, unknowingly, you've grown as an expert.
Correct. Very much. Very true, ma'am.
Yeah. This is an awesome combination. This is really very interesting combination, because when the Mercury, when the Sun was present, when other people will say the max is tough for me, these people will say max is sweet journey for me. It was an interesting combination. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Mercury. Mercury is another name we call it is the Buddha. Okay, one interesting thing about the I don't know how to say in the Sanskrit, but in the Tamil we call it as a Buddha Aditya Yoga. Aditya is the sun, Buddha is the Mercury, then they combined it together. It's a Buddha Aditya Yoga. Some people will say when this yoga was there, okay, yoga is nothing but is in yoga also it's whenever there is a joint, whenever there is combined together into one. So that means it was kind of a combination when that becomes your yoga. Not all the time your yoga becomes beneficial to you. It gives in other phases also. The yoga is a kind of a coin. It shows you a good phase also. It shows you a bad phase also. So this is called Mercury and the Sun combination is called as the Buddha Aditya Yoga. Whenever you read the books, when they say the Buddha Aditya Yoga perform this kind of a thing, and you can easily understand this is the combination of the Mercury and the Sun. Okay. We know already Mercury represents the intellect, speech, trade, and commerce. Okay. I forgot one important thing also in the Mercury and Sun combination. They're very efficient in the communication. When they try to negotiate anything, when they try to speak, they may not win in the negotiation, but when they try to speak, the communication is very well. Okay, coming into the Mercury here, intellect and their speech is very good. Trade and commerce, it's in their blood itself, and the analytical skills is really high. So this all, and importantly, when the Mercury auspicious is high in any of the Jataka, their gracefulness is overflowing. Whenever you see the people's, the sweetness and the graceful, the movement of the body, it will be really flow in the air. The gracefulness is really high when the Mercury auspices is increased. your body will be also react like that. When they move the hand, it was like your hand was dancing in the air. That kind of the sweetness, that kind of the gracefulness will come when the Mercury energy was high in your body. Okay, let's move into Mercury. Let's learn a little bit about Mercury very quickly. Mithuna and the Kanya are the own house for the Mercury, and Mithuna is an air, Kanya is the earth element, and these all the first two houses. And Kanya is a Moola Tripona for the Mercury, and exaltation point is also 15 degree. Debilitation point is in the Meena Rashi, that is the water element. Okay. Importantly, revise your 5-element principles again and again. That will help you. That will help you to learn astrology in a very, very different way. Okay. Let's see about the enemy's house. Your enemy house is the only Kadaka Rashi. And the Vrikshika and the Tula, there is a Venus and the Sun, both are the friends, and every other Rashi is neutral to it, like the Meena, the Moon, it's a Guru Rashi, and the Makara is Kumbha, Sani Rashi, Mesha and the Vrikshika, Mars Rashi, everybody considers the neutral to it. Okay, Moola Tripona again, the Kanya Rashi in 15 degree, 20 degree, gender is considered as the it's a male and the female energy combined together. Aspect is only one aspect. 7th direction is the north. Directional strength is the least. Malefic benefic combination. Depends upon which graha it's combined together. Adi Devata Vishnu, Pratyadi Devata Narayana, elements Prithvi, dosha, all three. This is the one dosha when you get the sick, when you get the illness because of this all three combinations, it could be quite tough. Maturity age is 32 years. Dhatu is the skin, grains is the green gram. Okay, that's okay. Little bit more about the Mercury. Relationship is the Graha. Friends with the Sun and the Venus. Neutral with everybody, Mars, Jupiter and the Saturn. Only enemy is the Moon. So if you remember only enemy, the Sun and the Venus is the friends. Remaining thing is the Moon. Nakshatra, 9th Ashlesha, 18th Jeshta, 27th Revati. Buddhan Dasha period is 17 years. Okay. Going into few more things about Mercury. Yoga Karaka, there was no Yoga Karaka of the Mercury because the Mithuna and the Kanya, only 2 Rashis for the Mercury, there was no Yoga Karaka. Bhatakasthana, 7th house is the Bhatakasthana for the Buddhan. Lot of obstacles the Guru. So whenever you see the Buddhan Lagna, like Mithuna and the Kanya Lagna, you have to see where the Guru was placed. So that plays the biggest role. Wherever there are obstacles they are facing, the Guru plays the biggest role in their life. So let's move into the first house. First house is the very good house for the Mercury, Dikbala as well. And these people are really intelligent. There are the high chances they are entering into the medical profession. They have the different type of the skills for sure. Their intelligence and independent thoughts is then another quality for them. Mercury in the second house. Second house is for your liquid assets in the family. These people are really self-made person and they are very, very well learned and enjoy all kind of the luxuries in their life. They are very good public speaker as well. But the third house, their aim, ambitious, courage, passion is the third house. When the Mercury was placed, there are high chances they have become a writer. They may be the successful business person and they are highly communicative as well. When the Mercury was in the fourth house represents your happiness, your interest, ability, your mother, your land asset, everything. When the Mercury was present in this fourth house, then the Jataka was highly individual. Entrepreneurship is in their blood. It depends upon the other grahas combined with together. They are having the good in maths as well. And fifth house is for creativity, intelligence, and the children accomplishment. Any kind of speculation and childlike activities comes under the fifth house. And they have an ability to quickly think, and they have the very good sense of humor, and they are family-loving person when the Mercury was in the fifth house. Okay, now let's see the sixth house. Sixth house mainly for your job. This is the point, which is the point self-protecting to protecting others. At one stage in your life, try to protect others. So when the Mercury was present in the 6th house, their high standard of wisdom and the knowledge will be there. Sometimes there is an interpersonal relationship with the peers will be not that much good. They have a tendency for changing the job as well. But this is only possible when the only Mercury was present. If the Mercury was combined with any other graha, the tendency will be entirely changed. Okay. Okay. 7th house in the Mercury. 7th house for your spouse or partners. They are very handsome, bright personality, straightforward and honest. Always say the truth. 8th house. The 8th house is for your vitality, transformation, all kind of the mysteries, hidden things in your life, longevity as well for the 8th house. When the Mercury was present in the 8th house, it represents your very long life, and they are very charismatic and attractive also, over ambitious. Okay, this all kind of the 8th house still we learn. We'll be going into the 9th house. Okay, let's see about the 9th house. Okay, anybody remember what is the 9th house represent?
Guru, father.
Bhagyasthana.
Pakistan. Awesome. Pakistan. It's also represent any relationship represented by the 9th house.
Father.
Father. Okay. Any other thing? Father only?
Father, fortune.
Guru.
Guru. Father Guru. Awesome. Your higher education.
Yes.
When you
And
step
even
out of this, when you step
Well.
out of the school, what is it?
Well, also offshore settlement.
Offshore settlement. Okay. But when you step out of the school, when you enter into an education, your higher education considered in the 9th house only. If you are practicing any kind of the religious activities or day to day, every activity is related or relevant to the religious practice, it's represented in the 9th house. If you follow any kind of an ethic or any kind of a tradition, culture you're following by generation to generation, clearly represent in your 9th house itself. So when this kind of the character significance of the 9th house, in that 9th house, the Mercury was placed. What is the Mercury? The Mercury is a very intelligent. A young prince means the childishness will be there, the kindness will be there, gracefulness, and the tendency to know about the world, the curiosity in the mind, the intelligent add curiosity plus intelligence, all kind of the personality combined together. That kind of the personality is Mercury. When it is placed in the 9th house, what it will become. Okay. These people are highly detached in life. Highly detached in life means that kind of because their tendency to know about the world is really high. That leads them to detached from everything in their life. The detachment will be increased. Okay, it's a kind of the saying like this. When you are ignorant, your attachment will be grow. There is also another side. If you are completely ignorant, the detachment is also happen. But when the Mercury was present, the intelligence was imbibed in you, and you try to detach from the life slowly. But the detachment is very graceful. But when you say about the Ketu detachment or Sunny detachment, it was like when the Sunny detachment, when you say about the Saturn detachment, it was like, okay, you go on your way, I go on my own way, and I know I how to find my path, and I find my home. That kind of the detachment. And the Ketu was there. The Ketu gives you the wisdom. That wisdom will be, nobody can give you that. It will let go of everything, whatever it is. It was let go of everything. Whenever I think about the Ketu detachment, I think about the Buddha only, because he left everything in there. Such a kind-hearted, great soul. I kind of I try to combine the graha with the persons with somebody. How I remember, I follow few tricks which my mind will be related with. I combined it with the graha with the personalities, which I really like them. Or else I try to attach or find out the exact characteristic with any of the dramas. So which I like most. So when I try to find that, you can easily remember the things. So it was like kind of vision memory. Ketu detachment was like that. It let go of everything. You may heard about the Buddha. Buddha was standing at one point and stayed the Bodhi tree for 7 days continuous, not even blinking his eyes. That kind of a detachment, no one can hold that. No human can hold that kind of a detachment. So the detachment is varying. But when it comes into the Mercury detachment, it was like very mildly, very mindful. It won't disturb anybody. Won't even disturb yourself. That kind of a detachment. Okay. Renounced and generous. They are very much generous in nature because the childlike nature will come out and it won't discriminate from one people to another. The generousness is really high. There is a high possibility because the Mercury, when it comes into the Mercury, the one important quality about the Mercury is there are the 3 important qualities. Anything you can do at 2 times, 2 times happen. Anything can happen. Any events can happen in your life 2 times. The kind of the 2 timings that relevant with the Mercury. The another thing was communication. And another important thing was the documents. The documents we'll see that in later sessions. But mainly these 3 things you have to remember. When it comes into the Mercury, Mercury is an intelligent, that's the base quality of the Mercury. But Mercury, anything happens, any events happen in your life 2 times, or particularly communication, speech. And the third thing is the documentation. Any in your life, if you have a document related problem, see your Mercury immediately. And that will give you an all answer to your questions. Because if you have a document problem, definitely your Mercury was not in a good place. The people will say, I have the 2 documents for the same place. And there is a signature mismatch in the document. There are so many things they will you may have, right? You may lose your documents. The important documents you lost in somewhere else. When there was a document related problems, we have to see how your Mercury was behaving. These people higher chances they become a spokesperson in any field, any one, whichever the field. It may be in the politics, it may be in the education field, it may be in anything, anywhere else, but they may be a spokesperson for that. Well, another twist because of the generous nature, it becomes an added quality for them. Ability to enroll others in the life, it was again the Mercury nature, overwhelming of the Mercury nature. It allows them to other enter into their life. Okay, this is the very much quality for the Mercury. Counselors and the advisors. Okay, when you go and see of any of the counselors advisors, you can easily understand them. Okay, this counselor is the energy of the Mercury counselor or advisors, or this is the Saturn, or this is the Ketu. You can easily understand that because when the counselor was very interesting and you didn't even realize how the time was going, you can easily understand the Mercury influence is really high. When you sit in the Saturn counselors, okay, imagine the person was a Saturn influenced person highly, the energy level was highly influenced, but you have an ability to counsel others. When you sit before them, you feel really good and you feel like blankness in your life in front of. You go and sit in the K2 energy influenced counselors. What kind of you feel like you want to let go of everything. That kind of the counseling will be happened if different energy level peoples, particularly when the Mercury energy level peoples, you don't even find that how the time was flying. They will put the important points in front of you. They will give you the smartest suggestion. They are very good in strategy. They will tell you, okay, go this, you take this path, you will find this many paths, and they will intelligently choose that for you. It was like you find a new way in your life. That kind of the counselors will be Mercury. But if you see the counselors with the guru's wisdom, that was totally different. Mercury will show you a way, but Guru asked you to find a way. That was totally different. Yeah. Anybody else having Mercury in 9th house? No? Okay. we move into 10th house. Okay, Mercury in the 10th. Anybody remember the 10th house significance? 10th house.
Rajasthan.
Career.
Somebody was saying career. Yes. What's
Yes, career. Career, profession and career.
profession? Okay, career. Then that's it. Okay, let's go with the 10th and the 10th with the profession and the career. When you own a business, that becomes your 10th. That represented by the 10th house. So in any phase in your life, your professional life is represented in the 10th. Okay, that 10th house when the Mercury was placed in. Okay, this is also another words you can say how the world sees when other people was seeing how it will be. In later point in time, I will tell you one more thing also. In your Lagna represents you, right? There is also one houses in your Jataka, how other people see you. Normally, in any of the horoscope, whenever you see the Lagna represents you. You know that, right? But how other people sees you, how the world sees you, that will be present in the different rashis in every Jataka. Okay, now let's see in the Mercury in the 10th house. 10th house is also represents how the world, other people sees you. Okay, but this kind of a thing, the Mercury was present. The paternal patronage in life, I didn't find an exact example for this. Whenever you find this, you tell me, so that I'll make on into the next point. This is, I don't find any example also, so I skip this point. If you find why I didn't tell, because I didn't know why I didn't eliminate this point, because this is Bala says point. I don't want to miss this because I didn't know. I don't want to miss this point. So whenever you find time, find this meaning, find the example and the weightage of this one particular line, because I wouldn't find. Try to find the particular line. Okay, it's moving into the second. These people have the commanding position in whichever field they are working with. Even when they are working in a very small 15 to 10 employees or 5 employees or even 3 to employees also, they work in a commanding position. They try to get a work from the people. They know how to command others. They know how to get the work from others. These people are really intelligent. Their strategic level is not, you can't even imagine. That kind of the people's in a commanding position, the work will be done in more time. Okay. And how it will be possible for them when you are in a commanding position, how is that possible? Because they are very sweet in speech. When you work under the Mars influenced people and you feel like the life is hell. But when you work under the Mercury influenced people, you feel that, oh wow, the life is enjoyable, the life is sweet, and you feel like you're working in an enjoyable space when the Mercury influenced people. When you get a command from the Mercury influenced people, particularly when the Mercury in the 10th house, the speech is really sweet, but you feel like you are not pretending. Importantly, that is an important point there. When a Mercury was present in the 10th house, was sweet in speeches. You are not pretending. It was comes as nature. That's an inbuilt quality for you. Whenever you utter one single word, it becomes very sweet. The other people will really admire them, and they are really good communicator. And possibility is magisterial job is highly possible. But how come they become a good communicator? Because the Mercury influence is really high. Whenever they try to communicate with others, they know what to say and which word to place also. If you ask the Mercury influenced person, okay, go and communicate with this one person, and they will say only one single word, the other person will hurt 1,000 times. when you go and ask Saturn influence question, okay, communicate this one, they will communicate, okay, but the time they will take very long. But when it comes into Mercury influenced peoples, who communicate at on time, and the speech is really elegant, and they know how to communicate also. There is a high chance when the Mercury in the 10th house was there, there is a high chance they may start a business in the early age, or they have inherit from others. They're fortunate from very early age in life. Come in any forms. They may inherit, they may start a business in the early life. They do business and start in the teenage itself. Okay. And importantly, these people's they when the Mercury was alone, importantly, okay, here is an important thing. When Mercury was alone, it won't go against the rules. It works in the boundary only. If you design, this is the rules and regulations, and you have to be within this boundary, they won't step by step, even a single step. It will be like this only. That too, when the Mercury was alone present. Imagine a situation when the Mercury was in the 10th house, the other Graha was present. This is not a match. This won't be match. Okay. When the Mercury was present along with the Sun in the 10th house, they will perform well with the rules and regulation. Possibly, maybe 50%. Another 50%, the Sun's energy will take over. Okay, it depends upon the Graha's present. But this point which we are listed, it's all based on the Mercury was placed alone in the 10th house. Imagine a situation when the Mercury was placed in other Grahas, the situation may change. Consider a situation when the Mercury and the Saturn was placed in the 10th house, the commanding position is possible. They have the tendency to command others. But when you give a command, what is the meaning of whenever you're giving a command? It have to be executed on time. It have to be executed whenever there was a necessary. But when the Saturn was combined together, they may be very much disciplined, and they try to follow all kind of the rules and regulations. Everything will be there. But they will give the command on time. That's really questionable. They will give the command, but it will be very much slow process. Okay, kept aside all these things. Now, anybody who is having the Mercury in 10th house? Anybody? If you find anybody, check this quality was match or okay. Now it's moving into the 11th. I think 10 more minutes. Is that okay?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will finish. I will
Sure,
finish with
sure,
the
sure.
11 and 12. Okay, let's moving into the 11th one. Okay, this is very interesting one. Why? 11th house becomes a Upachaya Sthana. Anybody remember what is the Upachaya Sthana will do? Okay, what are the Upachaya Sthana?
3, 6, 8, 11.
10 and
8,
11.
11.
8, 11. Really? Okay. Next, we have to find out what is the Upachaya Sthana, what it will do. Okay. Let's see about the 11th house. The 11th house it's telling about your elder siblings, your fulfillment of desires, any kind of the profits things you receive, and luck, and all kind of the cash flow. Mainly your cash flow. Why we are giving very much importance to the cash flow, profits and things? Because of the Mercury. Mercury was very good in maths, very good in accounts. If you ask them to balance this account, they will balance the account in no matter of time. That much intelligence was Mercury was holding. So this Mercury was placed in your 11th house, that is your fulfillment of desires. So now we'll see. I mean, additionally, that becomes your Upachaya. How beautiful, right? So these people are always cheerful. Mercury is one more beautiful quality was they have a very good sense of humor. They try to make a humor in exact situations, not in a awkward situation or embarrassing situation. They make the humors in exact situations itself. They're very much cheerful. The cheerfulness because of the childlike nature, that vibe will emit from them always. Whenever there was a chance was there, they emit that always. Most of the time, they're very much cheerful. And when you see this kind of the people, it's really very rare. The people are really cheerful. Okay. Their energy level is also really good, and they are very healthy, and the energy will be really in a very, very high standard. Okay, this is very much important. When the Mercury was in the 11th house, you earn more than your capacity for sure. This is written on stones. You can say that. Because when the Mercury was in the 11th house, that to your Upachayasthana, and you definitely earn more than your capacity. If you see that, if the Saturn, okay, now remember, Mercury was alone in the 11th house. The situation will change when the Mercury was combined with the Saturn. Mercury was combined with the Sun. Mercury was combined with the Sun. Also, the money flow will be there. You can earn more than your capacity will be there. Money flow will be there. When the Mercury and the Saturn earn more than your capacity, it's highly doubt. Okay, but cash flow will be there, but it will be within your capacity. Depends upon the combinations was present. But when the Mercury in the 11th house, definitely you will learn more than your capacity. Okay, why there was no passive or retail life? Till their last breath, they want to do something to the world. They knowingly or unknowingly, they will do that also. They don't have a retirement life. They will say that, okay, I just want to rest for 1 or 2 years. They won't be like that because they are very much cheerful. Their energy level is really, really high. You can't even imagine when you see the people 70 years old, 80 years, and they try to do the things you can't even do that in your 20s. Why? Because the Mercury energy influenced them, which is really high. That's why they don't have the retirement life. They don't have the passive life also. Because the energy inside them won't allow them to do that. They want to do one or the other way. Even if they are ideally sitting in the home also, they can't able to bear that idleness. They do this or that one way or the other. And because of the wonderful energy they are having, they definitely fulfill all. The fulfillment of desires when the Mercury in the 11th house is the exact match. You fulfill all your ambition. If you decide any mission in your life, you achieve no matter what. Okay. Okay. These are the peoples. They live like they fulfill all the dreams in their life. They never leaves unfinished mission or debts to the future generation. This kind of the peoples. Okay. How it will be? They yearn so much more for the current generation as well as for the future generation. They don't allow the other people to finish their debts. They finish all the debts because the cash flow is really good for them. When the Mercury was in the 11th house and you ask them, they will fulfill the debts of the future past generation also. That kind of the cash flow will be there, and they will earn for the future generations as well. That kind of the ability the Mercury in the 11th house will do. Anybody who is having Mercury in 11th house?
Vanita, I have, but it is combust and it is with Saturn and Venus. So not so much.
Okay, Saturn and Venus. When the Mercury was combined, let's see.
No, with Saturn and Venus and with Sun as well. So it is also combust. So
Which Lagna?
Kanya Lagna.
Kanya Lagna, and you have in the Kadaka Rasi, Mercury. Then
Correct.
Mercury, Sun,
Sun, Venus, and Saturn.
Okay.
All of them are combust.
Saturn also.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, in all these things, which one is matching for you?
All. Actually, neither.
That's totally possible. Why? Suppose in case if you don't have a Saturn also, there are some qualities you may get. Because the Saturn was present, the cheerfulness will go away. It doesn't mean you are not cheerful. If you see this always, this when the Mercury alone was in the 11th house, people, you see that the cheerfulness is really high. And even if you sit next to them, you will get that cheerfulness also, that kind of the cheerfulness. But when the Saturn was placed in it, the cheerfulness goes away.
Yeah.
It's not possible for when the Saturn was combined together. But the Saturn was compassed is again a good sign for you. How your cheerfulness?
Not so much. It's not that I'm not cheerful, but I'm not cheerful
Yeah.
always.
Whenever you feel appropriate, you have
Yeah.
that energy, right? How about your healthy level, healthy energetic level?
I used to be healthy, but not anymore.
Because of the Saturn. What is Dasha Buddhi was happening for you now?
Rahu Saturn.
Rahu Saturn. Oh, Saturn. Okay. Then that says a lot. Okay. How about this point? Earn more than your capacity?
Nothing. I don't have any earnings.
Because when the Saturn was compassed and along with the Mercury in the 11th house, it won't allow you to do that. This one was interesting.
I used to earn, but not since Rahu has started, no earnings.
Maybe not because of the Rahu Dasha, because of the Sani Buddhi.
Yeah.
Most of the time in the Dasha Buddhi, look into your Buddhi. Buddhinathan is more powerful than your Dashana.
Yeah.
Anytime you have an ambition or mission, you fulfill
Yes. That is true. I I plan and I execute it.
Okay. And how about this point?
I don't have any future generation, so I have to pay all my debts.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Okay. Because why I asked him that question to him? Because when the graha was combined together and it was combusted, most of the planet which we listed here, it didn't match. When the graha was present and the combustion was happening, most of the time the graha loses its energy level. The influence was really down for them. That's why whichever we listed for the Mercury in 11th house, exactly much match for them. This is really interesting. Okay, let's move on into the 12th house. Anybody want to share anything in the Mercury in 11th house? Okay, let's move into the 12th house. Okay, the 12th house, as we know already, the house of the liberation, Aina Saina Bodhum, and it also your expenditure, your losses, your detachment, everything comes in the 12th house. Okay, here. When the Mercury was present, this kind of the house of liberation, like we were trying to reach the moksha, the detachment was there, all kind of the expenses, and it was in the 12th house. When the Mercury was present, the Mercury was not like to kind like liberation. Mercury was kind of a fun-loving child. And detachment is even the Mercury won't not interested to hear about detachment as well. And the expenditure, because it was a fun-loving person, we don't even think about what kind of the expense in my hand, what kind of the expense I have to do. That kind of the young kid, and when it was placed in the 12th house, what it will happen? And okay, again I'm telling you, this when the Mercury was in the 12th house, alone, it will do this. When it was combined together, this is totally a different story. Okay, they're high intellectual and imagination because the Mercury is the kind of intelligent graha will give that kind of an energy. Fantasy called the dreamers because the Mercury in the 12th house will lead you to the The imagination becomes your fantasy world. They are very good dreamers. Over unless, okay, this is an important part. Their analytical skill was really good. And the Mercury intelligence was there, and they are trying to analyze any kind of the thing. Their analytical skills you can't even compare with anybody. But their over-analysis thing, they are not able to decide anything. And it gives them in a situation like they are not able to make the decision. See, whenever you try to make a decision, it have to be at the relevant time on the relevant period, right? But when the Mercury in the 12th house, when they try to analyze, they definitely analyze very well. There is no doubt about it. But when they are over-analyzed, they have the number of the probability comes in front of them. The decision making is really hard to. It is really a tough job for them, and it obviously strains their energy and undersell themselves. This is the worst thing in when the Mercury was placed in the 12th house. They have a wonderful ability, but they try to work under some people's which not even a match for their intelligence. And okay, their analytical skill is right. They're very intelligent. They are overthinkers. Over analytical skill is inbuilt in them. But imagine a situation they are not earning very well, but the expenditure is in under control. No, that's not true. Their expenditure is more than imagined, more than whatever they are earning. So these people's spending ability is really high. You have to know this one important point. When a Mercury in the 12th house, the spending ability is really high. When there are a few grahas you have to remember. Mercury, when the Mercury in the 12th house, the spending ability is really high. Okay? Most of the time, they try without willingness, they try to take some kind of an adventurous decision. But most of the time, it's not their choice. They have to force to take under some circumstances. They try to make some kind of an adventurous decision. It can be anything. It can be to really have to do adventurous trip, or you have to do any kind of an adventures in the max. It's not by their choice. It's by the day-to-day life. It forces them to do that. And altogether, the Mercury in the 12th house, it's not a good sign for the Jataka. But how you can eliminate that? It's an easy. Whenever you see the Mercury in the 12th house, first you have to confirm with them. Definitely, when the Mercury in the 12th house, the intelligence level is really high. Just casually check with them how is your how you do the analytical skills. Only one point they have to do is they have to avoid the overthinking process. This solution is very simple, but they can even do that. That's totally tough for them because their brain cells, their nerve system was work accordingly. Even if they try to analyze anything in front of them, their overthinking segments will open. In your brain, normally when other grahas was present in the 12th house, when the Mercury was present in the 12th house, there's some parts in the brain will open automatically. If you study about the brain, there is one side of the brain will work for the overthinking process. And the hormones is also segregate when you're overthinking also. But the Mercury in the 12th house will will do all the kind of the steps. It opens that kind of the part of the brain for you, and it leads you to overthink. If anybody who is having a Mercury in the 12th house, okay, what is the best for them? When the Mercury in the 12th house, at least once in a while do the yoga nidra. What the yoga nidra will do, it's mostly it was relaxing your body, particularly relax your brain. In most of the meditation, leads you to opens the unopened part in your brain. All the meditation leads you to do that. I don't know how many, all the meditation. I wouldn't say all the meditation. Okay, most of the important meditations will allow the nerve cells to open some parts, unopened parts in your brain. They allow you, when you do the meditation, it increase your fluid level, use in an efficient way. Particularly whichever the fluid which is go through your brain, which go through your spinal cord, and which opens the unopened part in your brain. That's the meditation will do. That's why we call it as in Kundalini and other stuff. But this is an important trick here. It opens and unopened segments, chambers in your brain. When the Mercury in the 12th house, simple thing what you can do the Yoga Nidra at least alternate days or at least once in a while. Once in a week, not in once in a while, once in a week. You do the Yoga Nidra once in a week, and your the overthinking brain will settle down naturally. Then your analytical skills will increase, your decision-making costs will increase. Then this, whenever you have that ability, you won't undersell yourself. Your spending ability will be reduced, not drastically, gradually. Then you will achieve whatever you want, because this is the point you know about yourself. Okay, when Mercury in the 12th house means it's a nature of your brain to open that particular chamber in your brain and you overthink. And when you relax your brain and you understand yourself, and this point of the overthinking will be highly reduced. Okay. Nobody was having 12th house, Mercury in 12th house. Okay. Okay, that's all about the Mercury. Any doubts till now?
So if they're overthinking, ma'am, will the 12th house Mercury will have lack of sleep?
Oh, no. They'll sleep well.
They'll still?
They sleep well.
Okay.
They're not, okay, why I'm asking you to overthinking to Yoga Nidra? It's not about when you relax your brain, when the cells in your brain got relaxed, the overthinking ability will be maintainable. See, when the Mercury in the 12th house, it's automatic for them. The overthinking is the by nature quality for that people. See, for example, like the person like me, I won't overthink because my brain for that particular point is not even open. And my decision making process is really easy for me. See a person who's Mercury in the 12th house, their overthinking is then by nature quality for them.
Okay.
So when your brain cells was really calmed down, and it was thinking process, you naturally you're making your brain thinking process slows down, and it was rest well. And if the brain cells were really fresh, regenerated, and this point in time, when you make a decision, it will be easy. Then you may ask, okay, I do the Yoga Nidra for 1 week. Can I get the brain relaxation the next day? No, it won't be, because you give the hard work to your brain cells for a number of years. At least you have to give 48 days of the period, or at least 61 days of the period to rest your brain, to rest your nervous system. Then the overthinking will be stopped automatically. It won't be done in one night. One day you are doing Yoga Nidra, the very next day, okay, my brain cells are relaxed and my nerve system are relaxed, and I do the miracles the very next day. It won't be possible because your nerve system have to take some amount of the time to rest gradually.
Okay.
The nerves take some amount of the time relaxing naturally also. So the same goes for your brain cells, brain nerve system as well. It takes time, but when it becomes gradually, it was relaxing on its own. The overthinking also gradually goes down. But this process you may not even notice. See a person when the Mercury in the 12th house asks them to practice any kind of relaxation, particularly the Yoga Nidra works very well for them. But if they do that continuously for a very long time, ask them some days after or few months after, they didn't even notice that. Their overthinking ability will be reduced, their decision making ability will be increased. The gradual is the process, the gradual is the trick here. Most of the people want the fast solution. The fast solution won't work. Any process have to be done gradually. When it comes into your body, when it comes into your nervous system, it have to be done gradually. They have to be pushed. You not even noticed the changes. That kind of the gradual.
Okay.
Any questions after that? That awesome. Then we'll see you all next week, obviously next year. Any questions? No? Okay, I believe there was no question.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Okay. Bye-bye.